In this video, I'm going to talk you through a day in the life of an insurance broker. I'm going to tell you what they do, how they do it, why they do it, and give you a little insight into the behind the scenes of the insurance brokering world. Make sure that you please do like and subscribe to the channel and go and check back on all the other insurance related videos so that you can build a more successful, more profitable business as an insurance broker. So one of the big things you need to realize about insurance brokering is that everybody needs it, but no one really wants it. And it's about looking at your client on a day-to-day basis, where they currently are in their current life. What's their circumstances? Have they got kids? Where are they living? Now, what's going on for them right now versus where they also want to be in the next 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You know, if you've got 3 young kids like I have, you want to be thinking about what's going to be going on during their lifetime. Because insurance advice is to a degree subjective. It's about looking at your client's circumstances and understanding this is where they are. This is what their life could potentially look like over the course of the next few years. This is their current income. This is the current debt. This is the current mortgage. This is their personal circumstances. These are their priorities. And this is the specific advice that is needed to make sure that should anything go wrong, they are going to be left in a decent financial position. That's what insurance brokering and insurance advising is all about. Now, there's lots of companies out there who don't provide advice. They do it on an information only basis. They take a couple of questions and they narrow it down to give you a selection of insurers that you can choose from. Now, I think insurance, you need advice. If you want information only, go and buy it from a comparison website where you can make your own decisions. In a world where there is 20 plus insurance companies, where there's probably 20 plus products, a client needs advice to make sure that they're getting the right thing for their circumstances. But here's the thing. Everybody needs insurance, but nobody wants it. The protection gap in the UK is absolutely astronomical. And a day in the life of an insurance advisor is about marketing, is about researching the right insurer based on the client's circumstances, and it's about selling. Because of that reason, everybody needs it, but nobody wants it. The sale begins when a client says no to you. So you have to make sure that you understand their circumstances, that you know exactly the insides and outs of what they want to happen should the worst happen to them. The biggest objection you're going to get is related to price. How much does this thing cost? Because you don't get anything tangible for it. It's not like a mortgage where you get a nice home at the end. It's an insurance. It's a piece of paper. It's a huge what if. And where so many advisors go wrong in providing advice around insurance is they don't put the client into the future. You have to future pace your client and say, imagine for a moment, let's go 5 years down the line and one of you dies. How are you going to maintain your standard of living? How are you going to keep up the mortgage payments? How are your kids, Jack and Jill, going to still manage to go to dance class and football training if you've lost the main income and main earner to the household? That's why on a day-to-day basis in insurance, you need to be having the difficult conversations. You need to not be afraid to say to your client, what would happen if? Imagine for a moment that you've died. You're just here now. How do you support your family? How do you maintain that standard of living? What happens in this event? What would life be like? What would you have to sacrifice? What would you have to give up? What would you have to lose? That's the tough conversations that you have to have. If you've got children, then you're an idiot if you've not got any life insurance when you should have it. If you can't get it medically, that's a completely different circumstance. But if you've got kids, you've got a responsibility. You've got a responsibility to make sure that they are able to feed themselves and put clothes on their back. And if you're not here, that could completely transform their life. And it's about making sure that your clients understand that and having the awkward, difficult conversations. So it's the same as any job that you work in. You have to do an element of research. You have to do an element of marketing. You have to do an element of conversation, whether it be face-to-face or on the phone. You need to be asking for referrals at every opportunity, because if one client is getting advice, they're no doubt going to have a friend or family member that need exactly the same thing. It's a lot of administration, it's a lot of conversation, it's a lot of submitting paperwork. If you've had medical conditions or your clients have medical conditions, then you're going to even need to write off to the doctor to get full medical reports, depending on the illness or ailment or mental condition or whatever it might well be that they've had, the medical condition. You have to go to the doctor. The doctor can take weeks, sometimes even months to respond and answer the questions that you have or the insurer has. It's your responsibility to chase that through. And what could happen is the premium could be increased depending on the level of risk that's involved. So again, it's a fantastic job. It's a great opportunity to build good relationships, to look after clients and customers for the long term, and to get recommendations from family and friends of your clients to make sure that they get the best advice too. Because everybody needs insurance, but nobody realistically wants it. Hope this has given you a little insight into the day in the life of an insurance broker. You're going to be managing a diary, you're going to be doing lots of paperwork, you're going to definitely be on the phone or on some Zooms or seeing some people face to face and selling. Insurance, yes, you give advice, but you 100% have to sell the right product, the service, the premium, the insurer, the critical illness cover, all of that factors in. It's a great job where you get to help other people make better choices and better decisions for their financial future. Thanks very much indeed for tuning in to this video all around a day in the life of an insurance broker. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're going to go back and check out all the other videos that are part of this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe or leave me a comment if you want me to engage. I love answering your comments, so it'd be great to interact with you, great to get to know you, and thanks very much indeed for tuning in.